But if you want to give me monetary rewards, I'm here. Oh. Hello, I'm all for it. If you want to give me monetary reward, I'm all for it. Hi, that is how far we've gone. 12 minutes in. So today is day 43. Yay! I should be doing 2 thumbs up now, but I'm using one hand for the camera because we deserve 2 thumbs up, really. Day 43. So if you've been here from the beginning, kudos. If you joined in the middle, kudos. And if you are joining today or you are planning to join in future, kudos, double kudos as well. So it's not too late to join in this challenge. So we're on day 43, yeah. And today we're going to be talking about the power of reward. Yes, the power of reward. And yesterday we talked about the power of self-encouragement, and that was when I started thinking, of this topic because, I was thinking apart from the motivating yourself, self-talk, talking to yourself, like also having the mindset, a positive mindset and just telling yourself you can do it. I was thinking in my mind, like, how else can I actually encourage myself, And I thought of reward, like, if I look at the reward, look at what I'm going to gain from whatever it is that I'm doing, in which I'm getting discouraged, right? I can look at that reward, and that can be as kind of motivation to me, can act as a kind of propellant. It can spur me on, So I was just thinking that, reward is so powerful. It's a very, very powerful motivating factor, that can help us in our lives. And thinking of when we were children, I think reward dates back to those times when we were children, and our parents will tell us that, if you come first in class, we're going to give you this, we're going to buy you a bicycle. I don't know. In those days, I don't know about you, but in those days, it used to always be a bicycle. I really don't. Sorry. I really don't understand what was so special about bicycle. I don't know. If you remember your childhood, let me know in the comment section. What was that thing that your parents were always promising you? For me, it was always like, I will buy you a bicycle or some other thing like that. So there was always that thing that they would say, if you do well, we'll do this for you, and that will motivate you to want to read and all. And it's not just that trailed us all the way from our childhood, even till now, as adults. We also operate a lot on reward. Like, think about it. Many people are doing what they're doing because of the reward, because of what they stand to gain from whatever it is that they are doing. Like, for example, you are going to work, it's because of the reward of like a salary, your wages, right? Sometimes I wonder, if there was no salary or no wages or anything, would anybody be going to work? Answer that question. Would you be working if you were not given any salary or anything, or you don't have any remuneration? I was laughing so much, I'm having tears in my eyes. Oh my God. So reward is very powerful. It's a propellant. It's something that pushes us forward. It makes us want to do something. And just thinking about reward right off the bat, I just wanted to put 2 things out there that I was thinking about. The first one is that reward could be negative as well. Though, of course, today I'm talking about the positive part, but I'm just thinking about it that reward can be used in a negative way. For example, reward have been dangled in front of people, to make them do things that are unthinkable, to make them commit crimes. The promise of reward, the promise of some kind of compensation has made people do unscrupulous things, has made people do unethical things, has made people do things that they would not normally do because of reward, because they are looking at the reward, because the reward is motivating them. So it could be positive and it could also be negative. So just putting it out there that reward is so powerful that it can be used in a negative way. But I'm talking about the positive aspect of it now, where we should use reward to motivate us onto our goals. And the thing is, the second thing I also want us to notice that I was thinking about is that reward can also be non-monetary, because I've talked about salary and stuff, but reward can be monetary or non-monetary, obviously. And sometimes the non-monetary rewards can even be more powerful than the monetary one, right? Like things like maybe saying thank you to somebody is a reward, like being recognized. That's like maybe a public recognition or an award. It's a reward. It's not monetary, but it's a reward. But monetary reward are just actually cash, or maybe things that can be sold for cash, like even maybe cars, houses or something. They may not be physical cash, but they can be sold for cash, as opposed to maybe non-monetary reward, like let's say joy, like happiness, just the joy that you derive from doing something or taking up a project, just the joy, that sense of self-achievement that you derive from something, or that sense of fulfillment that you derive from something. For example, this work that I'm doing now, it's not as if I'm being paid or anything. I'm not getting any monetary reward from it, but it's just that sense of fulfillment, that sense of achievement, that sense of setting out to do something and achieving it. That self-actualization is a reward, and that's what I'm gaining from. But if you want to give me monetary rewards, I'm here. Hello, I'm all for it. If you want to give me monetary reward, I'm all for it. I'm not rejecting it. But yeah, what I'm getting now is that's another form of monetary reward. Could be in form of maybe like an award, like I said, public recognition, maybe like an award, a plaque that, some of those awards that they give people, the plaque doesn't cost anything, but just that the fact that they are recognized publicly and they are giving that accolade, it's a reward in itself, even though it's not monetary. Another non-monetary reward that I can think of is maybe experience, like maybe like those people that go to, like I know my daughter now, there are some things that she was doing and I'm like, they are not going to pay you, but she was like, oh, they are not paying, but it's going to look good on the resume, right? It's going to look good on my resume. So you may not get paid cash, but the fact that maybe you are doing like what do they call it? Is it like you are internship somewhere? You are getting the experience, right? Though you are not getting paid, but you're getting the experience. And sometimes even maybe you are taking on a job where you are getting paid, but maybe less paid than you are worth, but you feel, oh, this experience is going to kind of be a stepping stone for me to, the reward is the experience that will be a stepping stone for me to go to maybe a higher paid job, So those are non-monetary rewards, and they are very, very important. And even sometimes, not even the joy that we derive for ourselves, the joy that we see in others can also still be a reward. It's non-monetary. It's just like people that volunteer, maybe like in an old people's home, and they are not being paid, they're just volunteers, but just the joy that they see in the faces of those old people, or people that volunteer at orphanages, just the joy that they see in the faces of those people, the joy they bring is a reward for them. So there are so many kinds of rewards that, so I just wanted to also, put it out there that reward is not, don't think of reward only in terms of money or cash, right? So there are also non-monetary rewards. So that's one. Reward can be so beneficial. It can be so beneficial because there's so many things so many advantages that we can get from reward. From right off the bat, just like I've already said, encouraging ourselves, being encouraged, being motivated is one thing that reward can do for us. Another thing is also, it helps us to be more productive. It, increase productivity, increase the quality of our work. When we see what we're going to gain, like, oh, because you are motivated towards that reward, like, this is what I'm going to get, then you are more productive, the quality of your work will increase because you've already seen the reward in front of you and you are motivated that, oh, this is not all for nothing. there's something that I'm going to gain, so that kind of propels you. It makes you to want to do more. It makes you to want to do the thing better. So it actually enhances our productivity, and obviously eventually it will help us in achieving our goals, which is the end game, right? It helps us to achieve our goal, achieve our purpose, achieve whatever it is that we have put in front of ourselves to achieve. So that's the power of reward, and I just feel we should channel this power into our lives, every area of our lives where we need motivation, where we need courage, where we need strength. Put the reward in front of you, whether it's monetary or not monetary. Let's channel this power of reward. And I know that sometimes some people even give themselves reward. The reward doesn't have to be coming from any other person. You can apportion reward for yourself and say, if I do this, this is going to be my reward. So that's also something. But before I go, and as I conclude, I just want to ask this question. There's something that came to my mind, and I'm like, is it possible for reward to go south? What I mean is it possible for the good that you are trying to achieve by putting a reward in front of somebody, can it turn to bad? Let me explain. For example, is it possible, I feel it's possible, but I want to know your thoughts. Is it possible for the reward to turn around and become evil? Like, people are now looking at the reward, and because of that reward, they are willing to do anything. And they are even willing to do evil. They are willing to go to any length. Like, the way I'm saying it is like, it's as if the reward has now become the end, not the means to an end. It's now the end, not even the means again. When they will say something is the means to an end, because normally reward is supposed to be a means, right, to an end. But when the reward goes south, it's as if like now the reward has now become the end, not the means. People are looking at that reward, and because of that reward, they are willing to do anything unethical. They are willing to do anything just to get the reward. And if that's the case, if that can happen, and I do know it can happen, if that's the case, does that take away from the power of reward? Or can you think of any situation in which that has happened, that you have witnessed or that you have experienced? If you want to share it with us in the comment section, feel free, where reward has gone south, where reward has turned the other way. Yes. Yeah, if you have any situation like that, feel free to share it. And like I said, if that's the case, does that take away from the power of reward? So those are the questions that I'm just ruminating about today, and I would like your thoughts in the comment section. So that is what I've been thinking about today while I'm walking. And when I get home, I'm going to give myself a reward of a very tall glass of cold water, because it's really hot today and I didn't bring my water. Yeah, so I'll see you when I'm done. Yes, I'm back. That is where we are today, 62 minutes. So today we've talked about the power of reward, and I just want to encourage us to channel the power of reward to any area of our lives where we need a push, we need that propelling, that motivation, and see how it helps us. And I just want to say thank you again for joining me. And if you're getting any value at all from these videos, do give me a like, give me a thumbs up, and share with your friends and family, and subscribe to this channel so that you can encourage me, motivate me. And that'll be my reward. Oh yeah, thank you so much, and I'll see you tomorrow.